Hey there, garden enthusiasts. Are you tired of spending money on mulch every year? Well, what if I told you that you can mulch your garden naturally, for free? Yep, you heard that right. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 incredible seeds that will take care of your garden like mulch does, but without the hassle and the cost. These are the kinds of garden hacks that make you go, why didn't I know about this sooner? Stick with me and let's dive into these natural wonders that'll not only save you money, but make your garden healthier and more vibrant. Trust me, you'll be amazed at what these seeds can do for your soil. So stay tuned, you're in for a treat. Now, I'm not just talking about saving a few bucks. These seeds are going to cut down your maintenance time too. We're talking less weeding, better soil health, and your plants thriving without any extra work. These seeds practically take care of themselves. Imagine that, a garden that's low maintenance, eco-friendly, and beautiful all at once. Stick around until the end because I've got a little secret tip I'll share with you that'll help you get the absolute most out of these plants. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. Seed number 1, clover. All right, let's kick things off with a real garden hero. Good old clover. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Clover? Isn't that just that pesky weed that shows up in lawns? Well, trust me, clover is a lot more than that, and once you understand its benefits, you'll be amazed at how much it can do for your garden. Here's the deal. Clover acts like a natural mulch by creating a dense, mat-like carpet right on the soil surface. It's like a free, living mulch that you don't have to buy or spread yourself. This dense ground cover helps to smother out weeds, meaning you won't have to spend hours pulling them out. And let's be honest, we all know how frustrating weeds can be, right? But wait, there's more. Clover is also what we call a nitrogen fixer. Basically, it takes nitrogen from the air and puts it into the soil, making it richer and more fertile. That's right, clover works in sync with nature to boost your soil's health without any extra effort from you. Your plants will thank you for it by growing bigger and stronger. And here's the kicker. Once clover is established, it doesn't require much water at all. This makes it a fantastic choice for those of us who want to save on water bills and still maintain a healthy, thriving garden. So, if you haven't considered clover for your garden, now's the time to give it a try. It's an easy, natural solution to keep your soil healthy, your weeds at bay, and your garden looking great with minimal effort. Plus, it's a total win for the environment. Next up, we've got winter rye. Now, I know this might sound a bit unconventional, but trust me, winter rye is an absolute game changer for your garden, especially if you live in an area where the cold months can be harsh. Here's why. Winter rye is one of the few plants that can handle the cold and still thrive. You plant it in the fall, and it sets itself up for success, growing strong even when temperatures drop. But what makes winter rye so special is that it doesn't just survive the winter, it actively works for you. As it grows, it creates thick mat of cover that blankets the soil. This mat is a natural protector. It helps to keep moisture in, shields the soil from the harsh winter winds, and prevents erosion. So even if the weather is doing its worst, your garden is getting the protection it needs. Now here's the best part. Come spring, winter rye doesn't just disappear, it breaks down into rich organic matter that's going to enrich your soil. That's right, it turns into a natural fertilizer that helps improve the structure of your soil, feeding it with the nutrients your plants crave. It's like giving your garden a fresh boost every year without lifting a finger. So if you're looking for a simple, effective, and natural way to protect your garden in the winter and improve your soil at the same time, winter rye is the real deal. It's low maintenance, eco-friendly, and works all year round. Plus, you won't need to buy expensive mulch. Winter rye is here to do the heavy lifting for you. All right, let's talk about buckwheat. Now, I know what you're thinking. Buckwheat? Isn't that something I eat? And while yes, it's a popular grain, it's also an absolute superstar when it comes to gardening. I can't stress enough how beneficial buckwheat can be for your garden, and trust me, this is one plant you're going to want to get to know. First off, buckwheat grows fast, and I mean fast. It's one of those plants that can quickly establish itself in your garden, making it a fantastic choice for anyone looking to cover bare soil or protect a garden bed in no time. But here's the kicker. Once it gets going, buckwheat's broad leaves spread out and form a thick, lush canopy over the soil. This natural canopy does wonders. It suppresses weeds like you wouldn't believe, keeping them from sprouting up and taking over your garden. At the same time, it helps to keep the ground cool and moist so your plants won't have to fight for moisture during those hot, dry days. But wait, there's more. Buckwheat doesn't just benefit your soil and plants, it's also a fantastic magnet for pollinators. Yep, bees absolutely love buckwheat, and we all know how important pollinators are for a healthy garden. When you plant buckwheat, you're not only creating a healthier space for your plants, but you're also supporting the local pollinator population, which is a win for the environment. So there you have it. Buckwheat is a fast-growing, low-maintenance plant that helps with weed control, keeps the soil cool and moist, and attracts those all-important pollinators. It's the ultimate win-win for your garden, and once you see how it works, you'll wonder why you didn't start planting it sooner. Seed number 4, comfrey. Now let me introduce you to a plant that really takes care of itself, comfrey. And let me tell you, this plant is an absolute powerhouse in the garden. Comfrey is one of those plants that just keeps giving, and once you've got it established, you'll wonder how you ever gardened without it. First off, comfrey grows big, lush leaves, and I mean big. These leaves quickly form a thick cover over the soil, much like a natural mulch. But here's the best part. You don't just have to look at these beautiful leaves and admire them. You can actually chop them and use them as mulch for your garden beds. These leaves break down quickly and add organic matter right back into the soil, making your garden healthier without spending a dime on store-bought mulch. It's like getting free mulch, all thanks to this powerhouse plant. And if you think that's all it does, think again. Comfrey is also a magnet for beneficial insects. Yes, those helpful pollinators and bugs that make your garden thrive. When you plant comfrey, you're not just helping your own garden, you're supporting the entire ecosystem around you. Plus, comfrey is a fantastic compost accelerator. That means when you add it to your compost pile, it helps break down organic material faster, speeding up the process and giving you rich, nutrient-packed compost for your garden. So let's recap. With comfrey, you're getting free mulch, encouraging beneficial insects, and boosting your compost pile all at once. It's like hitting the jackpot in the garden world. Once you start using comfrey, you'll be amazed at how much easier and more sustainable your gardening routine becomes. Last, but definitely not least, we've got sweet potatoes. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Sweet potatoes? In a garden mulch video? But hear me out, because sweet potatoes are more than just a food crop. They are a total game changer when it comes to creating a self-mulching garden. And once you see why, you'll be sold. The thing about sweet potatoes is that they have these sprawling vines that naturally cover the ground. And let me tell you, when those vines get going, they do an amazing job of shading the soil and keeping it cool. If you've ever dealt with soil that dries out too quickly or plants that seem to wilt during hot days, you know how important shade and moisture retention are. Sweet potato vines are like a natural shade cloth for your garden, which is perfect for those summer months when the sun is relentless. But it doesn't stop there. These vines help retain moisture in the soil, which means you'll spend less time watering your garden and your plants will be much happier as a result. Plus, sweet potato vines are fantastic at fighting off weeds. The thick coverage they provide makes it much harder for weeds to get a foothold, which means less weeding for you. And who doesn't love that? And here's the best part. Sweet potatoes improve your soil health. As the vines spread, they create a dense, living mulch that not only protects the soil, but also adds organic matter as the leaves break down. That's like giving your garden a natural boost of nutrients without having to buy any fancy fertilizers or mulching materials. Oh, and did I mention you're growing your own food? Sweet potatoes are not just beautiful ground cover, they're also a delicious crop you can harvest and enjoy. It's a win-win. You're creating a self-sustaining garden, improving your soil, reducing weeds, and getting homegrown food all in one shot. Now that's what I call a garden multitasker. All right, I've got the secret tip I promised you, and it's a game changer for your garden. The key to getting the most out of these self-mulching plants is something called companion planting. Essentially, it means pairing these plants with others that need a little extra shade or moisture. When you do this, you're not just planting random seeds. You're creating a sustainable ecosystem right in your garden. The plants work together to support each other, and that makes your entire garden more efficient and productive. You're basically building a garden that takes care of itself, and that's the ultimate goal, right? So next time you're planting, think about what other plants could benefit from the shade or moisture that these mulching plants provide. Trust me, your garden will thank you for it.
Now, I really want to hear from you. Have you tried any of these amazing plants before, or are you planning to add them to your garden this season? I'd love to know your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let's chat about the best ways to mulch naturally. Do you have any other self-mulching plants that you swear by? Share those too. Let's keep the conversation going. And if you found these tips helpful and you're ready to take your garden to the next level, don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow garden lovers, and subscribe to the channel for more gardening hacks like this. I've got plenty more tips coming your way, so stay tuned and let's make gardening easier and more sustainable together. Thanks for watching, friends. Remember, a healthy garden is a happy garden, and with these tips, you'll be saving time, money, and effort.